Hi, my name is Ming. I'm going to teach you 32 phrasal verbs using a short story. I broke the story into 5 sections. I'm going to read a section and then I'm going to break down the phrasal verbs used in that section. If you like this kind of learning and you want to see more content like this, let me know in the comments and hit the subscribe button. 6 months ago, I broke up with my boyfriend. We had been together for 5 years and we were living together at the time in my house. I walked in on him cheating on me in our bed. He had been sleeping with a girl from his job. When I found them together, obviously, I was really upset. I had to hold back tears. I went off on them and kicked them out. You already know break up with someone. Break up with someone means end a romantic relationship. Example, I broke up with my boyfriend 2 weeks ago and moved to Thailand. To walk in on something or walk in on someone means you found them doing something that you did not expect. It was a surprise. It's usually not a good surprise. Example, I accidentally walked in on him changing clothes. Cheating on me with somebody. To cheat on someone means that you're breaking a promise to your partner by having sex with someone else. Have you ever cheated on anyone? I broke up with him because he cheated on me. Sleep with someone. Sleep with someone is just a nice way to say have sex with them, and it's very, very common. Some people believe that you should not sleep with anyone until after you get married. Hold back. If you hold back, or if you hold something back, hold back something, it means that you are hesitating or you are blocking the flow of something. You're blocking the path of something. Here, I'm holding back tears, so I'm restricting the flow of my tears. I'm trying really hard not to cry. You can also hold back a person. If two people are starting to fight, maybe someone else will come in and hold one of them back, physically hold someone back from attacking another person. There's one more way that you can hold someone back, and that is by preventing them from making progress in their life. For example, the group of friends that she had in high school was actually holding her back. To go off on someone. If you go off on someone, it means that you get really angry and you start yelling. There's usually a lot of words and a lot of loud words. There was a man in the coffee shop today that went off on the Starbucks employee for getting his drink wrong. Kick someone out. If you kick someone out, it means you force them to leave a place. So you can kick them out of your house, kick them out of a store, kick them out of a restaurant, kick them out of an institution. So when he was 18, he got kicked out of school, or they kicked him out of school. He got kicked out of school. A week later, he ended up calling me, begging me to come back. The first time he called, I picked up the phone. He said he wanted to make up with me and try to save our relationship. I snapped on him and told him in no uncertain terms that I was not about to let him waltz back into my life. We had it out for about an hour. He whined that it wasn't all his fault. I told him that I wasn't going to put up with lying or cheating, and that it would go against everything I believed to take him back after that, and that I didn't want to hear from him again. He ended up calling me. We use this to talk about unexpected endings to situations. It doesn't necessarily have to be the very end of a situation. Like in this case, he cheated on me and then he ended up calling me, begging to come back. It's not an expected conclusion. Example, I was planning on staying in South America for another few years, but after the breakup, I ended up moving to Asia. Come back. To come back just means to return. So he begged me to come back. At first he wanted to come back, but later he changed his mind. Pick up the phone. Pick up the phone means answer the phone. You can also just say pick up. I called, but he never picked up. Make up with someone. When you make up with someone, it is after you've had a fight with them and you forgive them and try to be friendly with them again. So it's how you become friends again after a fight. I used to fight a lot with my girlfriends in elementary school, but we would always make up afterwards. Snap on someone. Snap on someone means react. Speak in like an abrupt and angry way to someone. During the debate, he interrupted his opponent so many times that his opponent eventually got frustrated and snapped on him. Waltz in. Waltz is an old dance that I don't know when they used to waltz. It's a long time ago. When you waltz in, this is an expression that means you're kind of carefree. You're carefree coming into the situation. So it's actually a common idiom to say like waltz back in. You're not just gonna waltz back into my life. It means you're not gonna come back here and act like nothing happened and everything is cool. Like you're not just gonna casually come back into my life. Now, people also use walk back in. You're not just gonna walk back into my life because nobody waltzes. Have it out with someone. We had it out. In the story I said we had it out for about an hour. To have it out with someone means have a fight with them, have an argument with them. My sister and I normally do not fight. But when we have it out, it's usually really bad and it can last for weeks. Put up with someone or put up with something means tolerate them when they're doing something annoying or unfair. I'm not going to put up with your nonsense. Go against someone or go against something just means to oppose that thing. In the story, it says, it would go against everything that I believe to take him back after what he did. So it goes against my beliefs means it is contrary to my beliefs. This is not what I believe. This is not what I'm about. This is not what I'm going to accept in my life. Take someone back means they left the relationship, they want to come back, and you are accepting them back into your life. Take someone back. Before I broke up with my ex, we had actually dated twice. After the first time, I took him back again. Hear from someone means any kind of communication. I don't want to hear from you again means I don't want you to contact me in any way. It's not just by phone. I don't want to hear from you means also text messaging, also video, also write me a letter, nothing. I don't want to hear from you means no contact. He broke down and started crying. He said he wanted to work through everything with me and be with me forever. He said we could start over, and of course he insisted that it would never happen again. I shut him down and told him he made his decision when he decided to sleep with that girl. Then I hung up on him. He tried to call again, but I didn't pick up. Break down and start crying. If you break down, it means you have become unable to handle your emotions. So to break down and start crying means he lost control of his emotions and started to cry. You can also, for example, break down and tell the truth. The little boy tried to lie to his mom, but his mom kept asking him questions and more questions and more questions, and eventually he broke down and told the truth. To work through something is to go through a process of accepting some kind of difficult reality, work through something. If we're in a relationship, we will work through our differences. Or if you have trauma, you need to work through that trauma in order to heal. Start over. Obviously, start over is to restart, just make a new beginning. Wipe the slate clean, make a new start, start over fresh. There's a lot of different ways to communicate this idea of starting over as if nothing bad had ever happened. Shut someone down. When you shut someone down, it means you're not going to allow them to talk. You're not going to allow them to finish. You're not going to allow them to win this argument. You're not going to let them dominate this conversation. When he was speaking at a local college, the students were making a lot of accusations that he was being illogical, but he shut every single one of them down. You can shut down a person, or you can shut down their argument. Hang up the phone means disconnect the phone. You can also just say hang up. When you hang up on someone, that's different. That's rude. It means that you didn't say goodbye. You didn't let them know that you're going to hang up the phone. Maybe they're in the middle of talking and you're like, nope, click, and you hang up on them. Another week passed. I was starting to feel better, like I made the right decision. When he showed up at my house with flowers, I told him again that I didn't want to see him or hear from him. He said he knew it was his fault and had started to work on himself and his issues. He swore he would make it up to me if I would just give him another chance. Show up somewhere means up here. If someone shows up at your house, it means you did not expect them and now here they are. Another way that you can use show up is to show up for someone. If you show up for someone, it means that you are supporting that person. You can even show up for yourself, which means that you are loving yourself and doing things that are in line with your values. Show up for yourself. When I first moved into my apartment, I wasn't expecting visitors, but the landlord actually just showed up. To work on something means to spend time and energy on repairing something, improving something. You can work on something physical, like, oh, he's downstairs working on his project. Or you can work on something abstract, like writing. I'm working on my manuscript. Or you can work on yourself. When you're working on yourself, that means that you're spending that time and energy to improve yourself and maybe heal the parts of you that are broken. He swore he would make it up to me. Make it up to me. To make something up to someone means to do nice things for someone in an attempt to try to repair something that you broke. So you're trying to make it better. You're really trying to be nice and be a better person so that this person and you can have a good relationship again. I said that I was fed up with his lies, that there was no way in hell I'd let him walk all over me like that. He could say whatever he wanted to say, but after what he put me through, I'd never believe him. I was not about to take his shit. I kicked him out again and told him never to come back. I cut him off completely. I went full no contact. It's been 6 months now and I feel so much better. I'm confident that I made the right choice and I'm so glad that I walked away from that relationship. Fed up with something or fed up with someone means you have had enough. It means you're tired of something and you don't have any more patience to tolerate it. So you're done. I'm fed up with you. I'm fed up with, it's a good example, the government. The government's a great example. I am fed up with the government. To walk all over someone means to take advantage of them. I'm not going to let you walk all over me. Means I'm not going to let you take advantage of me. Put somebody through something. When you put somebody through something, it means you subject that person to a difficult or maybe terrible experience. You put them through a negative experience. Take someone's shit. To take someone's shit means to let them walk all over you or to let them put you through something. So to accept their bad behavior, to let them treat you badly or take advantage of you. To cut someone off means no contact. You can actually cut someone off in different ways. Like you can cut someone off financially, means I'm not giving you any more money. After his parents found out that he was using drugs, they cut him off financially. After I broke up with my ex, I ended up cutting him off to walk away. I'm so glad I walked away from that relationship. Obviously, you can imagine that walk away means leave. But there's an additional connotation to this phrase. It means you walked away, you left without owing them anything. So to walk away implies that there are no ties that you have to keep with this person. You are completely free, and you can be completely free to forget that the experience ever happened. Okay, so that's all I have. I want to give you an opportunity to listen. So I'm going to read the whole story from start to finish so you can just listen without looking at subtitles or without looking at any notes that you may have written, just to see how much you can understand. 6 months ago, I broke up with my boyfriend. We had been together for 5 years and we were living together at the time in my house. I walked in on him cheating on me in our bed. He had been sleeping with a girl from his job. When I found them together, obviously, I was really upset. I had to hold back tears. I went off on them and kicked them out. A week later, he ended up calling me, begging to come back. The first time he called, I picked up the phone. He said he wanted to make up with me and try to save our relationship. I snapped on him and told him in no uncertain terms that I was not about to let him waltz back into my life. We had it out for about an hour. He whined that it wasn't all his fault. I told him that I wasn't going to put up with lying or cheating and that it would go against everything I believed to take him back after that, and I didn't want to hear from him again. He broke down and started crying. He said he wanted to work through everything with me and be with me forever. He said we could start over, and of course he insisted that it would never happen again. I shut him down and told him he had made his decision when he decided to sleep with that girl. Then I hung up on him. He tried to call again, but I didn't pick up. Another week passed. I was starting to feel better, like I had made the right decision, when he showed up at my house with flowers. I told him again that I didn't want to see him or hear from him. He said he knew it was his fault and had started to work on himself and his issues. He swore he would make it up to me if I would just give him another chance. I said that I was fed up with his lies, that there was no way in hell I'd let him walk all over me like that. He could say whatever he wanted to say, but after what he had put me through, I'd never believe him. I was not about to take his shit. I kicked him out again and told him never to come back. I cut him off completely. I went full no contact. It's been 6 months now and I feel so much better. I'm confident that I made the right choice and I'm so glad that I walked away from that relationship. That's it. If you have any questions for me, leave them in the comments and hit the subscribe button for more phrasal verbs and native expressions. Bye!